Welcome to Hardheaded Podcast. We're excited that you've joined us as we have a conversation. We found that a good conversation allows us to share what's on our mind, whether current events, what's grinding our gears, or our pet peeves.
It also allows us to share our top 3, a list of our favorite things on any given subject, most of which are highly opinionated. In closing, we share a good word. Solid friendships are encouraging. Even if we joke and give each other a hard time, our ultimate responsibility is to uplift each other.
Our goal is that you'll feel like you're part of the conversation, like you were in the studio with us, and that you feel encouraged after tuning in to our podcast. It's time to join the conversation.
All right. Got a great show for you here today. This is Chet, Troy, 3-Shot Trussell over there, and Matt, Chili Pepper Amos.
Yeah, when are those peppers going to be ready, Matt?
Hopefully here pretty quick. I checked yesterday and the cayennes are just growing out of control. But the one pepper, I've got one growing, and when I picked it out, there were 2 sections and it said jigsaw chili. Well, apparently there's 2 different types of jigsaw.
Isn't that like a horror movie?
It's Saw. So Jigsaw is the villain.
Why would you name a pepper like that?
Because it's going to murder you.
It's going to be.
It's not going to murder me.
You're not going to try one, Chet?
Man, I've done enough hot
Put
stuff
down in
my
the
day.
comments if you want Chet and Matt to try the pepper. Because, I mean, you know I will. I'll do anything.
So what concerns me about this one is I have in the past had an ulcer. And so
You don't want it to be resurrected.
I don't want to start bleeding out my
Jigsaw
butthole.
may
So
resurrective powers.
But the thing is
Jigsaw, he just like saws off your foot at the ankle, so you're good.
Yeah.
Hey, well, we'll see. But there's 2 different types. So there's one that's an ornamental, and then there's another one that is a super hot. So the ornamental is about the heat of a jalapeno, and then the other one is like 2 million plus on the Scoville unit scale. Okay. I don't know which one it is
roulette.
because it was in the hot one, like in the 2 million Scoville unit section.
Yeah.
But it's blooming like an ornamental.
Okay.
So I don't know. Or if it's a cross. It could be a cross.
We'll let our listeners get to that bridge whenever you get to harvest. And then we'll determine what we need to do.
It's coming. They've started to really take off. So
today we've got Troy sharing what's on his mind.
Yes.
Which he didn't let us know ahead of time, so it's top secret. We're going to discuss our top 3 backyard games. We're right around the corner from Independence Day. So a lot of outdoor activity. Maybe not where we are because it is scorching hot.
Feels good outside.
We're coming up on a cool down though.
And then I don't know if we will. And then Matt is going to talk about the good word for today. But before we get started,
all right,
I brought something for you guys to try.
I'm excited about this.
I call blue.
Do you want to know what it is before we start, or do you just want to taste it?
Let's taste it. And
let's do a blind taste test.
Yeah, and see if we can
decipher
what it is.
I don't know.
Because where can you buy that? Can you buy this at the store?
I picked this up at the local Casey's.
Local Casey's. So,
and I've seen them,
they carry everything.
I've seen them in the Walmarts. We gotta go at the same time.
So it's a cold beverage that I'm holding here in a aluminum. Is this aluminum tin cup? What is this?
It's red.
It's an aluminum cup.
Oh, so the liquid is red. I'm gonna give it a smell. Chet gave it a smell taste.
You ready?
Did you just throw up?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. I got a little bit of that in my throat as well. What is this?
You tell me.
Is it diet?
It's spicy.
It is spicy because, like, if you take a breath,
it's Mountain Dew, flaming hot.
Flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Flaming hot Mountain Dew.
Oh, so it's like the Cheetos flavor, the flaming hot
I think they have a Flaming Hot Cheetos version. This is just the Flaming Hot.
I can't even swallow it because every time I go to take a drink, it hits the back of my throat and makes you cough.
It gets up in my nostrils.
I'm going to try not to breathe.
When I smelled it, it went straight. It's like the effervescence has a...
Yeah, that's what it...
Yeah. It's not the liquid. It's
don't breathe.
Don't breathe.
Yeah, I just didn't breathe and took a sip and it was fine.
I don't like it. I will not buy that again.
I mean, it would take me forever to drink that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you couldn't breathe while you're doing it.
Yeah, you literally have to hold your breath to drink this. I don't even taste...
It's not too hot.
There's no
kick after the fact, but it's the... Whatever, that's what you call the effervescence? Is that coming off of a soda? Like, that's powerful.
Yeah.
When I was checking out, the lady behind the counter was like, "Ooh, I haven't tried this yet. Is it good?" And I'm like, "Ma'am, I have no idea, but I'm about to find out."
Yeah, it doesn't even have the ingredients. There's nothing spicy or hot in the ingredients. I don't know what they did there. What kind of science?
Well, there you go. If our listeners are wondering what Mountain Dew Flaming Hot tastes like,
it's terrible.
It
gets a little tang on your...
Matt's still drinking it.
There's a little tang on your tongue.
You can have the rest.
I'll pass. It's not my flavor, but...
It hits the back of my throat. The
air. If you don't swallow it fast, the carbonation hits the back of your tongue, goes up.
And it makes you cough.
Goes up in your nose. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Troy, what you got on your mind, man?
That was fun. All right. Well, something that peeves me a little bit.
I just almost took another drink of it because I have a cup sitting in front of me. This is bad. It's going to happen. You watch.
Ooh. Yeah, something that peeves me a little bit is restaurants not being open on Monday.
The only restaurants that I know that aren't open on Monday are Chinese restaurants.
So it's not true.
Well,
that is true.
Local flavor. Local flavor's not.
You're right.
It's local. A lot of local places, which I love local places. I go to them. Try to go to them all the time, over chains every day. And on the way over here, like 5 of them were closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would it have any? Are they normally closed on Mondays?
Yeah, like a couple of them on the door had, Tuesday through Sunday, times that they that they were open.
Because as we record this today, it's Juneteenth, so I know that
it's not Juneteenth. Juneteenth was yesterday.
Celebrated today because there were people.
Well, yeah, because it was on the weekend.
Public holiday. It's celebrated today.
Yeah,
but
so I know that there were some places closed today.
Oh,
emergency guest call. Oh, who's calling you, Chet?
It happens to be Beef. Hey, Beef, we're on recording right now. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. We're recording. Don't have to answer when you record.
Well, I mean, hey, you're dialing in like we're a morning radio show.
Yeah. What's on your mind?
Am I on the air?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, well, what's up?
hey, Beef. Ask him what he thinks. Why restaurants are closed?
Why
on
are
Monday.
local restaurants closed on Mondays?
Because it's a slower business day, and everybody needs a day off, and it's generally the slowest money and slowest business day of the week.
So they're giving people time off without as big of an impact to their profits.
Correct.
Hey,
which I am all for, but let's get back to the old days and do that on Sunday.
That's a big day, though. That's a big money day.
That's a big day for people going out to eat after church and then tipping very low.
Exactly. We've talked about that before. I mean, a lot of churchgoers, for whatever reason, they don't tip well.
And he's got detail.
Yes.
But
and it's pathetic.
Yeah, it is. Well, hey, man, we're going to let you run.
All right. Holler back at me later.
You got it, bud. See you.
All right. Bye.
I need to mute my phone.
Yeah, you do. But hey, that was a good call. He has a good point. And I agree with that. People need to be off work at least one day of the week. I mean, that's biblical, right? Work
Well,
6 days,
typically
take one off.
A lot of those restaurants, though, are Sunday and Monday, they're closed. So they work Tuesday through Saturday.
I think that's how Local Flavor is.
That's how they are.
Yeah. And that's how When Pigs Fly is. Sunday, Monday. That's their weekend, Sunday, Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with it. It's okay.
However, I mean, you did get me addicted to the Mars Hill, the Rise and Fall of Mars Hill podcast. And so I crushed that over the last...
Are you done?
I'm done. Over the last week and a half. I think I may have the last...
I did it in one day.
Well, you were driving.
I know.
And it's 17 hours or 17 episodes.
I was
or something
emotionally
like
battered when I was done. I'm like, this.
Did you have to take a shower, a long
I was like,
shower
this is
after
not
listening
good.
to that?
I'm not in a good mental state right now.
that. But it was kind of funny that you bring it up. You just... Let's see.
I had to go back to the Flamin' Hot. I don't know. Still don't like it.
But in one of the last 3 episodes, I think it was, he was Mark Driscoll was, well, I don't know, trying to sell a 6-day work week, and on the 7th day, rest.
Yeah.
But I think that was to get more people to work at the church for free.
Yeah, probably.
But
Probably so.
At that point, I'm okay with it. I thought it was mostly just Chinese because the Great Wall is one of the local chains of Chinese restaurants. I think they're all independently owned by the same family overall.
Yeah.
And they had like one of them started opening up on Mondays because everybody wanted Chinese food on Mondays for some reason, and they were all closed. So then next thing you know, I think all the Great Walls are open on Mondays, and now they're off on Wednesdays. They shut down on Wednesdays because they're trying to get the Chinese food crowd, the Chinese food Monday crowd,
To come in their stores. Yeah.
on Mondays.
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why can't they figure out a way? And I mean, right now it's a hard time to
And it's going to
find
get worse. It's going to
anybody
get worse.
to work.
Not just work.
product.
To buy food. Like all your little local restaurants, you think COVID was bad? This is about to get really bad.
So what's springing that into action?
The inflation.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, where are you going to, have you been to the grocery store recently? The gas pump?
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
people are going to stop eating out.
Yep.
It's coming quick.
It's coming.
But I will tell you this, as far as local restaurants, you go to a McDonald's, or you name one, right? McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, whatever, and you get a MSG. You get your
With a side of MSG.
your standard meal, value meal, right? And then if you're getting it to go, you might as well get a large drink because you want to have a lot of beverage. That's like $9.
Yeah, the
Right.
average lunch now, anytime I go out fast food wise, $10 at least.
But the place next to where Matt and I used to work together, local flavor, had one of the best burgers in town. That green chili burger.
That
You
is a
get
good
that
burger.
with fries and a drink, and it's $10.
Yeah, on Tuesdays.
Yeah. Like, well, dude, this is like 100 times better than what you get at a fast food restaurant, like the local places.
Right.
But their lunches aren't that much more expensive than like a crappy chain thing.
Soy burger.
But that's not going to last for that much longer because, I mean, prices are going up like crazy.
Yeah.
It's an all around effect because you got that, the price of diesel, all those trucks shipping that food.
Death fluid. Did you hear about the shortage?
I didn't hear about death
There's
fluid.
a death fluid shortage coming.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Time to delete. Nobody heard that.
Yeah.
You're already on radars. It's okay.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, it's unfortunate. I really wanted some Chinese food tonight. I didn't get it, but I drove to 4 different places and finally found one that was open.
Yeah.
I was able to get a Mexican burger.
A Mexican
I
burger.
really like.
Like a taco burger?
Well, this is a Mexican burger. It has jalapenos and guacamole on it, and then it has a hot dog sliced in half, laid over on it.
Hot dog or a hot link?
It's a hot dog.
Okay.
With 2 steak patties, thin steak patties.
Dude,
So,
I don't know if I've talked about this. So Nikki's Mexican restaurant in Shreveport.
Oh yeah.
Dude, they had their lunch special hamburger was a half-pound burger, and it came with Cajun waffle fries, and then you got all the chips and salsa. So if you got water at lunch, chips, salsa, half-pound hamburger with Cajun waffle fries, and it was $5.25.
What would that be? What does that cost today?
It may still be the same thing there. I don't know. Haven't been there in 10 years.
Well, that's like, it's no different than po' boys. Like po' boys back in the day, that pizza roll.
Yeah.
That size of that pizza roll hasn't changed. I mean, it's probably what, at least 12, 14.
It's a 12 or 14-inch pizza that's rolled up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, back in the day, we used to be able to get that in a drink for, I think the pizza roll itself was $4.25 or $3.75, something like that. And then the drink on top of it, we'd be out of there for $6.
Yeah.
And now I think it's $9, maybe.
Yeah, it's up there. Well,
But
Matt gets his for free.
occasionally. I mean, when you're going somewhere for 20 plus years, it's
This is what's happened to me.
Even in the winter when
On
you wear
several-
shorts in the winter.
on several occasions. On several
She knows
occasions.
me.
She does. But it's been, oh, that'll be such and such, and I'll pay, and then it'd be his turn. She's like, oh, no, it's just free. And then other times when he's buying, we'll go in there and she just charges for one. She'll still charge him for mine, but she won't charge him. But when I'm buying his, I have to pay for both. It's like I don't get the discount.
I warn her beforehand, hey, we're coming in today.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway.
So I mean, you talked about rising prices. When do they stop, or do they ever?
They're not gonna.
They're not going to until, and I've been warning my parents too, because my mom's been looking to, move. And I was like, well, you need to get on it now. I was like, you may have already missed kind of the peak of the housing market.
Oh, well, percentage rates are up to 7%.
Well, they just, what was that? The biggest rate increase, and it's like 0.75%
Yeah.
in a day. So
bad.
it's coming. I mean, and it's self-induced. I mean, you can't just continue to print money and give it out and not expect that to come back and bite you. I mean, we're just seeing the effect of that. But yeah, I mean, when you got all those rising prices and the price of diesel, I mean, those trucks shipping that across the country and the boats having to go get it, those all run on diesel.
Dude, the stock market, people's 401ks. I mean, it's just.
If you're retiring this year,
Well, if you are retiring this year, you should have already moved your money to protect it.
yeah, I mean,
You don't keep that in.
people that didn't know or didn't
Yeah.
see it coming, or I mean, just
Yeah,
feel bad for them. I mean,
it's tough.
tough time.
And then we've got Independence Day right around the corner too. So the price of a hot dog,
Jumping up.
yeah, a little backyard barbecues.
That's what I had tonight. You know what was open?
What?
Quick Trip. You know what they had? They had a bunch of hot dogs on a roller, and you
They
know
have
what?
egg rolls too.
I haven't.
I like those egg rolls now.
I haven't eaten gas station hot dogs in
Yeah,
15 years, maybe. But picked it up, and the jalapeno cheese, it was good. Hit the spot because I didn't eat anything today.
yeah,
remember-
you used to be able to get 2 for $1. What do you get now? 2 for $2?
I don't remember. I bought a whole bunch of other crap too. Cheese and Sprite.
I'll tell you, I mean, the food up, it's fine. I enjoy getting an egg roll or whatever, a slice of pizza from Casey's. But I mean, going to a gas station back home in Louisiana,
Pork rinds.
well,
Or
that
not pork rinds. What's it called?
well, you had boudin balls, you had chicken biscuits in the morning. You just had everything you wanted to eat is all there. The catfish and the
That's kind of like
what's it called though? It's like the other fat part of the pig.
cracklins.
Cracklin.
Yeah.
Those are good.
That's so good.
That's kind of like down in Florida. When we're gator hunting down there's a little gas station you pull up, and they've got fried gator, they've got gizzards, they've got just all kinds of fried stuff.
In
You go
Florida,
pick
you
it
come
up.
across some boiled peanuts too.
Oh, those
Yeah.
are phenomenal.
I
I
hate
love
boiled
boiled. I
peanuts.
love boiled peanuts, especially when they're hot.
I toasted some peanuts the other night to put on my little Asian dish that I made. It was awesome.
Toasted peanuts.
Yeah. I put them
Roasted. Roasted peanuts.
And he toasted.
I
He put them in his
toasted.
toaster.
Oh,
Well, what do you call that? I put them in some oil. I guess I fried them.
that's roast.
Roasted.
Roast?
I guess. I don't know.
Well, it called them toasted on the little, because we do HelloFresh.
Well, I'm going to bring us back to my Nikki's Burger story real quick.
Yeah,
because
do it.
the funniest thing about that was, and this last in our family today, because I told the story and the kids have picked up on it. So we typically, 4 or 5 people go out to lunch together whenever we went there. And we typically always got the hamburgers, best value that you got while you're there. And you still got the chips and salsa from being in a Mexican restaurant. Well, nobody there spoke English that worked there. And so like we go around the table and you'd say, I want a hamburger. And the waitress would say, with cheese? And then you'd be like, no, I'm good. It's just a hamburger. And then I would say, I'd like a cheeseburger. With cheese? Yes, I'd like cheese on that.
Yes, with cheese, please.
If it was a hamburger or a cheese, if it ended in burger, the next question coming from anybody on the wait staff was, with cheese? Like, yes awesome. Or no. But the prefix to that wasn't, you're going for some more?
I would, before we break, I just want to see if drinking this through a straw that has any effect.
Oh, Lord, that's going to be bad.
What are you doing?
Drinking it through a straw is going to be worse.
How's that going to be worse?
No, it's going to knock down on the air in the cup hitting your throat.
Pouring it, that smells. It smells
Suck that through that straw, because that's going to take it right to the back of your throat. And the fizz as you suck it through the straw.
It's about to make me sneeze.
All right, well, we're going to go to break while Troy pulls himself together. Bless you.
Hang on there. No, it made it bearable.
I'm never buying
maybe
one.
with ice.
Speaking of inflation, I remember when you can get a 16-ounce drink and a candy bar for $1. And that was
$2.19.
No.
What?
I got 54 cents in change back.
Oh my
so $2.46.
gosh.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I haven't filled up my tank in my car for like a month.
Because you can't?
Because I just go with, I need to go here, and here.
Oh, no. I can't. Matt made a call to somebody's corporate office, but the pump I get at shuts off at $100.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No,
I haven't gotten more than 3/4 of a tank of gas.
I won't go over $40.
Yeah.
I didn't get a half.
Yeah.
I went down to check a property, and I had just drove my truck down there. Well, I was like, oh shoot, I'm not going to make. I better go ahead and get fuel before I hook up to my gooseneck, and started filling up. It was 551 in Sedan. I mean, and I was like, we're just going to kind of limp this home, and hopefully I put enough in here to get home. But what I was thinking too, that might be a challenge.
What? Gas?
No,
the flaming hot
Mountain Dew. Like that one where they're trying to drink it without burping.
Okay.
If you can suck that whole thing down.
No.
I just want to see what it does to
I don't know if there's anything in here that's...
tank of gas.
I mean, Mountain Dew is questionable in the first place on whether or not it's actually organic material that you're drinking. And this is like a step in the opposite direction. It's bad. It's even worse. I don't know. You may be able to put that in your gas tank. Of course, it's more expensive than gas, but
yeah, I don't want to do that.
That may fire some pistons.
We'll see if it fires our pistons in a little bit.
We're going to take a break.
At Admiral's Pennant, our mission is to offer the latest and refined, high-quality masculine products and services to the modern gentleman, as well as provide him with the tools and products necessary to look, act, and feel confident in his appearance and social interactions. Check it out at admiralspennant.com. Without it, you might as well shave.
And we are back. We're going to talk about our top 3 backyard games. Hopefully you're going to be out with some friends and or family at your Independence Day celebration coming around. So here's some backyard game ideas.
Independence
Day. And I'm not going to get on the soapbox, but if you guys are calling it the 4th of July, just find a different podcast. It's Independence Day. The holiday is not called the 4th. The holiday is not a date.
That's just the man.
It's celebrating
trying to change things.
Independence. That's right. We want to get away from being independent from our government.
They want you to be dependent.
You just look at all those stores that are celebrating the 4th and say, I'm going to take my money elsewhere.
4th of July celebration.
Nope. I'm celebrating independence.
You want to celebrate the 4th of something. May the 4th be with you.
That's May.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the 4th.
Okay.
We got
on July 4th.
Is that birds?
There's a bird clock over there. Whenever it hits and on the hour, it chimes a bird noise.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. What bird was that? Could you identify it? Don't look at it, but just audibly.
No, I couldn't identify that.
All right. Well, Matt, why don't you give us your number 3 backyard game, or your number 1?
You should have played that off, Chet. Like, what bird? I don't hear anything.
That would have tripped me out because I do have a habit of hearing things in my head that aren't really there sometimes. And do we want to share that we have now, as a Hardheaded podcast, decided to hold our honorable, notable, whatever mentions until the end,
so we don't step on somebody else.
So we don't step on toes. So that's
Troy brought that up as a good idea. We voted, and it was unanimous.
And it passed.
It passed.
Yeah.
Unanimous decision, which is rare on this podcast.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Number 3, backyard game, badminton.
Okay.
Ah, that's a good one. I didn't think about that.
Back when, I had a couple fine legs and could run around and hit that birdie or the shuttlecock, depending on what somebody calls it.
Yeah.
I think we always called it, as a Southern Baptist family, the birdie.
The birdie.
Because shuttlecock was probably just a little too.
That's one of the, you could get away with it, I'm just using
hand me that shuttlecock.
Then you have kids like my 8-year-old just runs around the house all day saying shuttlecock because he can.
Why not? But always a fun game. Lots of smack talking involved, and I know that you played some in college, right?
I made it to the semifinals in our intramural competition.
Yeah.
But one of those games that I always enjoyed
One of
playing.
4 doubles teams that signed up to play, and we were the only native there. The rest of them were from foreign countries, and we got laughed off the court. We were so
nice. That's awesome.
But that was our attempt to getting an intramural champion T-shirt. And it failed.
Failed.
But when people ask, I'm like, hey, maybe it's the semifinals across the whole campus.
Yeah.
In doubles.
Pretty big deal.
Just by signing up.
Yes, and showing up.
And showing up.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2, bocce ball.
Ah.
You guys ever played?
Is that the, like, you're in this cage?
No.
Like, or not a cage.
You have a target, small ball out there, and you throw bigger balls at it.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
they're like
small
cannonballs, right?
No, so it's a yellow. The yellow
They're
ball
like croquet balls.
is called the jack. So you throw the jack out, and then the object of the game is to then throw your bocce ball as close to that jack as you possibly can.
Though.
Yeah, you have 3
without touching it, right?
No, you can touch it.
It's kind of like curling without ice and with balls instead of the deal. Olympic curling.
That was it's kind of like, no, it's not. It doesn't sound anything like
it. It is like it.
But there are.
But you don't go around.
No, but the whole goal is there's a target, and then the strategy of you could put balls in front of it to block.
It's more like shuffleboard than it is.
I would say more like shuffleboard then.
Because
they're both similar.
Yeah, very
it's
similar.
More similar
games.
than badminton.
When everybody thinks of that Olympic curling, I always think about them running down there with the brooms.
Well, because you don't think about the whole game like I do.
Oh, that's funny.
We're going off the rails.
Shuffleboard. It's more like shuffleboard.
What other backyard game with some kind of innuendo do you have to name for it?
It's coming. Cornhole.
Yes.
That's probably I don't know. Cornhole's not one of those games that we played a whole lot growing up, and I don't even know when it was really introduced. But because we always go over to my in-laws' house for the 4th of July, we've been doing that for 20 some odd years now, and it was always bocce ball. And apparently there are now bocce ball leagues. I didn't know this, but.
Like around here?
Yeah. Like at Chicken and Pickle, they have a bocce ball league. And then I saw one up in Kansas City last time I was there. They were advertising for it or something like that. But cornhole's just fun because really anybody can play. Same as bocce ball, badminton too, but badminton's there's a little bit more skill there where you can't necessarily play with the kids.
You got a racket. And you have to be able to hit it over there.
And control where you're hitting it and all that kind of stuff. But, cornhole, you can, scoot those boards closer together so that everybody, can play. And then guys like me can just sit there and airmail every single shot when they're close together. You know, Chet knows, he lost to me in the office, but
whatever. That dude, that was the one I lost that under protest. We were in the hallway. You had to stand inside the doorway
to toss.
Yeah, just if you're on one side of the board.
Is what it is. I mean, I fought back from that side to win. Big,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But those are my top three.
I think in the near future we're gonna have an opportunity to play again.
Perfect. I'm ready.
All right. How do you play badminton outside in Kansas?
It is difficult. You've almost got to have a backyard with trees to block the wind.
Yeah, because there's a whole different level. Like I don't think people just understand. Like your normal the collapsible chairs, the common lawn chair of today,
right?
That fit in a little bag. Like in Kansas, when you get up out of those, you dump them over so they don't blow away. Like it's you just can't go do stuff outside on a given day.
It's just one of those things that, you got to deal with in Kansas.
Yeah.
And there is, for bocce ball, there is home court advantage for sure.
Yeah.
Because you can't really see that there's a grade change, but
yeah,
the guy who mows the yard knows that there's a grade change and he knows exactly where to throw that ball. Yeah.
My dad,
it gets pretty heated sometimes.
One of the softball teams that my dad played on when he was in the Air Force, the little leagues that you have, they on one of the fields that they played on the most, they dug a hole in front of home plate and then filled it in with a bunch of sand and then put the dirt on top. So, because you couldn't bunt in slow pitch softball, but if you hit it straight down into that, the ball would just die. So you talk about a home field advantage.
Nice.
They were rigging it so they could in full swing bunt, basically.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Explains a lot. Know where you get it.
All right. I'll go next here with the top three. I kind of went with more where more people can play, I guess. In 9 square in the air. Have you guys ever played that?
No. I don't know what that is.
You ever played that?
I don't think so. Explain it maybe.
So there's a 9 square grid, massive, that's tall. It's like 7 feet, 8 feet tall.
I've never.
And then you have 9 people in the square, one person in each square, and then you have a ball. Could be a volleyball, but it depends on the age group of who you're playing. You could change the ball to make it easier or more difficult. So if you get one of those little 4 square balls, or if you get one of the colored balls from they always have in the center aisle in Walmart or whatever, and then it's your job to hit it. If it comes in your square, you hit it out of your square into another square. If you hit it out of bounds, you're out. Like you get kicked out of the game. And then, so like you have the king's spot. And then, so if you have like 10, 12, 14, 15 people, there's a line waiting to get in.
Kind of like Foursquare.
Yeah. So if you get kicked out, then everybody advances up to where your spot was. But then if you, knock it down and it goes through your square and hits the ground, then, that's another way of getting out. So you could line up 20 kids because it's a churn. But it's a whole lot of fun. And from a volleyball perspective, it's like volleyball, but you're not running around. You're not, diving and busting heads and all that kind of stuff. But it's a lot of fun.
More my speed. Stand there.
Yep.
Bounce.
Number 2, cornhole. That's just a really good backyard game. It's another game that when I was out in North Carolina at my nephew's graduation, we had one set up in the backyard, and I'm playing with my nephews, my younger, and then they could play that with their grandparents if they wanted to. It's just and
that's the crazy thing about that game too, is kids so quickly adapt. And once they start getting on target, they get good quick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then number 1, lawn darts.
Oh man.
The original.
Yeah.
Yep. I've still got an original set.
That I had so much fun with that. You could play that with a bunch of people. You could also play it by yourself. Just out there, you're throwing stuff and
Chet
sticking it in the ground. Yeah, I did. Because I grew up in the country, Matt. My neighbors were very far away.
My wife and I just started playing a game at the playground because our kids will just run and go up slides and play on the swings and stuff. And We just sit down and it's full of rocks. So we pick a target and we start throwing rocks at it. Usually like it's a pole to the jungle gym or whatever.
Oh, that's a Marine Corps thing right there.
Yeah. And
when you got downtime, you got rocks
make up a game.
and you got a bottle, throw it out there and then you're just throwing it, trying to hit the bottle.
Yeah. I won, I think night before last, I won with 5 in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like hitting the pole. Ding.
Yeah. You got to hit it. Whoever can hit it as many times in a row, it has to be in a row.
Yeah.
And that's the streak.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you seen that new ping pong game where you sit it across the table from each other?
Mm-mm.
And you're since
Sounds
you
like
guys are facing each other.
Regular ping pong. But
No, it's just
No net.
an empty table and a ball, no paddle, and you bounce it one time to hit to off the table where he catches it, and then your job to bounce it 2 times, and then it's his job to bounce it 3 times. And then so you add one each time around, and if you're supposed to hit 3, but you hit 4, you lose, or if that kind of deal.
Fun.
Yeah. You gotta do that with rocks.
rocks.
Throw it real hard. Anyway,
It's just kind of sad upbringing there. You know, I just had this picture of Chet playing lawn darts by himself, and he's like, "Okay, it's your turn, Billy." Okay, it's over there, and he imagined his friends, and now all of a sudden he's Billy, and then he switches to
never
Teddy.
lost. I never lost.
Somehow I always won every one of my friends.
All right, Troy, what you got?
All right, number 3, cornhole. It made all of our lists. It's a great game, and I was really introduced to it until I came up to Kansas. So, number 2, beersbee.
Yeah, I played that at your house one time. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, you can use a beer bottle or you can use a water bottle. Most of the time we use a water bottle. But if you use a water bottle, you have to have it kind of half full so it has some weight to it. Do you know how to play?
No.
Have you ever heard of it?
No.
So you have this PVC pipe that's on like a stand.
It's a pole. You need a pole.
Yeah, you need a pole. So it's about
Shoulder high?
little under shoulder height.
Yeah.
And you put a beer bottle or a water bottle on top of it. And you have one on each side and 2 players. You know,
Kind of like cornhole.
Kind of like cornhole. But you're throwing a frisbee.
Trying to knock it off.
And if you hit the pole and knock it off, it's 2. I think it's 2 points.
I don't remember the point system.
Yeah, I don't remember the point system.
But you tried to catch the frisbee.
But yeah, if you were on the team that caught the frisbee, you catch the frisbee and the water bottle, you got like 3 points or something.
Yeah, you had an attacker and a defender. So you could try to, if you're throwing the frisbee to attack and you hit the pole and the defender caught the frisbee or something along those lines. I can't remember. I just enjoyed it. There's a little bit of strategy to it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. But it wasn't like in cornhole when it's not your turn to throw, you're just standing there.
Yeah.
It was like when it's not your turn to throw, you got to be paying attention to.
Yeah, to defend the bottle.
Either catch the bottle or catch the frisbee.
Right.
Yeah.
It's fun. But if you're looking it up for stuff online, it's called beersbee. And then number 1 is washers.
Been a long time since I played that.
Yeah. A lot of people, when I moved up to Kansas, I didn't know cornhole, but they didn't know washers because we play washers down south. It's the wooden box with the 3 holes in it. You're throwing those, 1.5-inch washers at it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, so much fun. Played that, I don't know how many tailgate parties in college and after. So
Cool.
tons of fun.
That's smaller to carry around with you too.
Yep.
You're gonna take it with you somewhere.
Yep.
You got any honorable mentions?
No, not this time, actually.
Croquet.
I thought about that, but
Yep. We played croquet at Granny's house growing up all the
Yeah.
time. Thanksgiving and stuff.
Ashton and I, it's been 3 years or so, went to a croquet tournament. It was a fundraiser deal.
Huh.
It's pretty fun. Had a good time.
It's cool. I had the I don't know what it's called. Throw the frisbee with the little slot.
Oh, in the can.
Yeah.
Something
in
about
the
the can.
trash can.
Yeah.
I've called it frisbee in the can game.
So if you're going to Google, you just Google frisbee in the can that Troy talked about.
And then what's that game with the ropes with the little balls on the end of it?
Oh, ladder ball.
Ladder ball.
Ladder ball.
That is a fun game.
However, I know of another name of that. So for cornhole, there's like cornhole, bag toss, like there's other. I mentioned ladder ball in an email about a men's retreat we have coming up. And a guy responded with a bunch of other games that I had there, and he changed the name to Monkey Nuts. And that's apparently one of the names for that is Monkey Nuts.
Monkey Nuts.
Yeah.
That's probably the original name.
I don't know.
Probably.
Maybe an original game. Throwing Monkey Nuts around.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, Matt, what do you have for a good word for us today?
Today I've got day 24, which is called Ask, Get Him. And the verses come out of Matthew 7 through 11. And it says, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and the door will be open for you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds. And to the one who knocks it will be open. Or which one of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will you give him a serpent? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask him? And I kind of had a place I was going with this until I came down. You go, oh man, you got the difficult verse. Because there's a lot of people who use that for, what'd you call it?
The name it, claim it. You know, if you just ask for it, God will give it to you. So ask for wealth and prosperity.
Prosperity preaching.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, you know, as we've kind of gone through this, the overall theme is that we're searching for God. We're not searching for other things, because ultimately that's our goal. That's what we should be seeking. That's what we should be asking for. And I believe that's the meaning of this passage is, if you ask, you'll find me. If you seek for me, I'll find you. If you ask me, open the door, and I'll open the door for you. And I'm right there, And so ultimately the whole Bible wants us to seek him. It's not to seek earthly possessions or anything like that. And, they kind of go in to describing, like a parent, and it says, if, when you asked your parents for something as a kid, hey, I really want that Lego set with this and this and this. And your mom's like, no, or not right now, or whatever it is. Right. And, because ultimately he knows what's best for us. And so, I believe that is what it's leading us to, is just having trust and faith in him.
Well, but on the flip side of that, if your kid is like, in your case, hey, I want a deer rifle because I wanted to go deer hunting with you this season. You're like, I will make that happen.
Right.
Like I'm not going to force a deer rifle on you, but if that's what you're asking for, is to spend more time with me and a way.
That's a good.
Yeah. I'm going to, I will, Lego set, nah, but, you want to do something that's going to get you closer to me. I'm doing that. Yeah. And I think that's the thing here. Ask, seek, knock. If you're asking for a better relationship with God, God's showing up.
Seeking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what I think this verse is about. And it gets perverted a lot through various.
Yeah. Selfish motives. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
I think you're right on, man. He's always right there. If you're truly seeking him, he will answer that door.
Yep.
Thanks for listening to the Hardheaded Podcast. Don't forget to share this podcast with others to help us get the word out.
Also, if you haven't yet, please rate and review the show. This helps our podcast show up in other people's suggested shows that may or may not have listened to us before.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.